This is the first battle in history ever recorded in detail. 1457 BC, a coalition blocks the road, but Thutmose III chooses the most dangerous path, a narrow pass no army should take. It should have been a disaster. Instead, it changed warfare forever.
The word Armageddon is derived from Har Megiddo, the Mount of Megiddo. Long before it became a religious symbol for the end of the world, it was the site of a pivotal clash in 1457 BC. Megiddo holds a unique record in the human story. It is the first military engagement ever documented in comprehensive detail. We know what happened because of Chajani, a military scribe who accompanied the army. He produced a meticulous tactical debrief, now known as the Annals of Thutmose III, which remains preserved on the walls of the Karnak temple. These inscriptions provide evidence of something much larger than a violent encounter. They record the early development of high-level military planning. This is Pharaoh Thutmose III. Following the death of his stepmother and co-regent Hatshepsut, the young ruler was forced to immediately secure his grip on the Egyptian throne. A massive coalition of Canaanite vassal states, led by the king of Kadesh, had launched an open rebellion to test the limits of Egyptian power. The rebels gathered their forces at the fortress city of Megiddo. Knowing its location made it the most significant economic choke point in the region. This map illustrates the Via Maris, the Way of the Sea. It was the primary artery for trade between Egypt and Mesopotamia, and Megiddo sat directly atop the bottleneck. Thutmose III had to decide, march out to break this rebellion on their own ground, or watch Egypt's influence in the Levant disappear. The Egyptian army reached the town of Yehem at the foot of the mountains. There, Thutmose convened his senior staff to choose a path toward the city. This map shows the preferred options, two predictable roads for safe, open formations. Thutmose proposed the Aruna Pass instead, a narrow ravine forcing a single-file march, vulnerable to ambush. He reasoned its obvious danger meant the enemy would leave it unguarded, prioritizing surprise over safety. This choice to reject predictable maneuvers in favor of high-stakes surprise is one of the earliest recorded examples of a calculated strategic gamble. The Egyptian army emerged from the Aruna Pass at dawn, catching the coalition forces completely out of position. Thutmose quickly deployed his forces. As shown here, he used a concave formation designed to envelop and crush the shocked Canaanite lines from the sides. Thutmose led the charge from the center, and the coalition line shattered. The Canaanite troops fled, abandoning their positions to scramble toward the city walls. But at the height of the rout, the Egyptian infantry stopped. Instead of pursuing the enemy to finish the battle, the soldiers broke ranks to plunder the massive wealth left in the Canaanite camp. That delay allowed the enemy leaders to reach the city. The inhabitants of Megiddo literally hoisted the kings over the walls using ropes made from tied-together clothing. The opportunity for a quick victory vanished. Thutmose was forced into a grueling 7-month siege, building timber walls and moats to slowly starve the city into surrender. The victory was eventually secured, but infantry greed had nearly undone the pharaoh's brilliant maneuvering. When the city finally surrendered, the loot was enormous. Thousands of horses, nearly 1,000 chariots, and hundreds of suits of bronze armor. While typical Bronze Age warfare often ended in mass slaughter, Thutmose showed unexpected restraint toward the defeated city and its leadership. He took the sons of the local princes back to Egypt to be educated. Years later, they returned to their homelands to rule as vassals who were loyal to the Egyptian court. This map shows the result of this combined military and political effort. Thutmose successfully established the Egyptian Empire, stretching from the south up into northern Syria. Megiddo demonstrated that long-term dominance relies on the political infrastructure to maintain control, not just the strength to win a single fight. Thutmose showed that success belongs to the commander who executes exactly what the enemy considers physically impossible. Today, military doctrine refers to this as the indirect approach, attacking where an opponent feels most secure. The strategy is timeless. In 1918, over 3,000 years after the Pharaoh's march, British General Edmund Allenby studied this ancient campaign and used the exact same pass to secure his own victory at Megiddo. At Megiddo, Thutmose III established a strategic logic that remains a staple of military doctrine 3,000 years later.
History is never just black and white. So where do you stand? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories like this, subscribe for more. New videos every week.